Thinking about turning a tiny balcony or rooftop into a spring garden without making a complete mess of it? Welcome to roottinsect.com.
And if you have made a complete mess of it before, you're in good company. Spring is when a lot of city gardeners get the itch to start fresh. And gardening kits can make that whole process a lot less intimidating.
Yeah, especially if you're working with a small space. Urban gardening sounds romantic until you realize you've got one sunny corner, a railing, and maybe enough room for 3 pots and a folding chair.
Which is exactly why the right kit matters. Not every gardener in the city needs a giant setup. A good urban gardening kit should fit your space first, then your goals. If you're growing herbs on a balcony, that's a different kit than someone trying to do tomatoes and peppers on a rooftop.
So when people hear top gardening kits, they often think it's just about tools. But it's more than that, right?
Much more. The useful kits usually combine durable tools with space-smart design. You want basics, like a trowel, pruners, and gloves, but also materials that can survive weather and regular use. Rust-proof metal matters. Cheap tools look fine in the box, then one hard scoop into compacted soil, and suddenly your hand shovel bends like a spoon.
I have definitely done battle with bargain bin tools. Lost that fight, by the way.
I know you did. You still complain about that broken pruner.
It had personality. But you're right. Spending a little more up front can save money over a few seasons. Some of the kits people are talking about for spring 2026 really show that range. There are heavier-duty aluminum sets for folks who want durability, more affordable rust-resistant sets for beginners, and even some stylish kits that come with a carry bag if you want something giftable.
And I'll admit, I used to roll my eyes at the stylish handbag version.
Used to?
Used to. Then I tried one. Turns out having all your tools in one bag instead of scattered across the patio is actually practical. I still care more about tool quality than color, though.
See, I think style counts a little. If a kit makes someone excited to get outside and plant something, I'm not going to judge.
Fair. But if the cute set breaks in April, I reserve the right to judge.
That's why it helps to look for features beyond the tools. In urban spaces, stackable planters and vertical systems can be a huge help.
Especially when square footage is tight. Vertical gardens let you grow up instead of out, and that's gold on balconies or in shared spaces. I also like kits with built-in irrigation or even soil moisture monitoring. People tend to overwater container plants in spring because they assume more water equals faster growth.
Which it does not.
It does not. Spring already gives you moderate temperatures, longer daylight, and often enough rain to keep soil from drying out too fast. For a lot of crops, it's the sweet spot. Most edible plants still need consistent moisture, but not soggy roots. That's where irrigation features or moisture checks can really help.
And sunlight still rules the whole operation. If your setup doesn't get enough light, no fancy kit is going to save it.
Exactly. For most vegetables, you're aiming for about 6 to 8 hours of sun a day. Before buying anything, watch your space for a day or two. People guess wrong on sun exposure all the time.
I've done that too. I once called the spot full sun because it looked cheerful.
Cheerful is not a light measurement, Grant.
I know that now. Another thing I like about urban gardening in spring is that it's not just about growing food. You're also helping the local environment a bit.
Definitely. Even a small city garden can support pollinators and beneficial insects, improve air quality, and frankly, calm your nerves after a long day. There's something deeply satisfying about stepping outside and seeing actual green life where there was just concrete.
So if someone's choosing a kit this spring, the short version is match it to your space, look for durable tools, don't ignore vertical options, and think about extras like irrigation or starter seeds.
And be honest about your habits. If you're a beginner, a simple kit with the essentials is better than an elaborate setup you never maintain. Start small, place it where it gets real sunlight, and let spring do some of the heavy lifting. Thank you for listening to this edition of RudeInsect.com, Conversations with Grant and Fiona.